here today on the Honda Africa Twin. It's the DCT model, and just going to give you a quick riding impression. You know, let's start with the easy stuff. Let's start with the ergonomics. Typical Honda. Just the fit and finish is really nice. There's nothing on the bike that's biting on you. You know, when you sit down, it's comfortable. When you stand up, the bars are where they're supposed to be. Everything just feels like it's how it's supposed to be. The suspension on this is soft for me. I like to be a little bit more aggressive off-road, and we normally are loaded up with all of our camping stuff, so it's pretty easy for me to go harder than what these bikes were really targeted for. And I think for the person that Honda probably did target this for, it's probably perfect. It's just a little soft for me. The rebound seems really, you know, nice and fast, and so your tires are staying on the ground. You know, it feels like it's stuck to the ground. You know, on a big heavy bike like this, you're probably saying, well, of course it feels like it's stuck to the ground. But no, the suspension action, the rebound feels pretty fast, and confidence inspiring, I guess, is what I'm after here. Then going on to the power. So this thing makes good power. It has all that you would need, I think, in an off-road or an on-road situation. I mean, even, you know, loading up with all my camping stuff, and I'm a bigger guy, you know, I'm at 230, so with that being said, you know, I can get on the highway and pass cars at will, and you know, I'm able to accelerate faster than I really care to. And on road, this thing is beautiful. I mean, it's really nice on the road. It handles well. I like the upright seating position. That's more natural for me, just because that's my style. But I spend a lot of time on roads like this. This is my happy place. So if you're only, you know, if you did very rare dirt roads, beautiful bike. But then when we're talking about power, we got to talk about this AT. And you know, when we first did a walk around, I don't know if you guys, some of you might remember, I made a claim that I probably shouldn't have. I said, you know, we did a quick walk around. I said, stay tuned, and we'll go out and fix this thing up and go ride it, and I'll give you my thoughts. Well, it's been quite a while since we did that initial walk around, and you know, part of the reason is because I'm trying to figure this thing out. You know, I feel like I want to do a good review on it, and part of that is this AT. You know, I'm not really an auto clutch fan. I'm definitely more of I like to have control with my clutch, and I use it for more than just shifting gears. So to turn all that control over to a computer, that, you know, you got to admire Honda for doing it, because it's actually trying to figure out what I want, and a lot of the times it does a good job. You know, it's in the right gear, and it's doing what I want it to do. But there's those times where me and the computer are not thinking the same thought at all, and I'm afraid it's going to catch me out one of these times, because you have a bike this big, and sometimes you're counting on throttle to help keep you upright, or, you know, being in the right gear, or, you know, it's just a big bike. But I still think it does a great job, and I've learned, I feel like I know what settings I want to be into. You know, there's quite a few settings, and I think that's important to really understand the settings and mess around with them until you get to where you like it, because it changes all the time. I mean, every dirt road has a different condition for me, and I think that's why I'm having a hard time deciding what I like. One of the things on the on the transmission is the automatic mode is nice. You know, I'm in an automatic mode right now, and you can adjust a lot of things. You can adjust up to a point how the clutch, well, how it would engage. So the, you know, the gravel button, the G button. So I've got that turned up. So it's more responsive. I've got the sport mode when I'm in automatic. For the most part, I run sport level 2, but when I'm off-road like this, it's sport model 1 or even manual. Now, I'm not going to say that this is the bike for me. I think I'd be much happier with a clutch, and that's just my opinion. But there's a lot of people out there that don't want to worry about shifting, and it's fine if you're not being aggressive. If you're just kind of, you know, riding around, checking out the scenery, you don't really have a desire to go too fast, I think the AT is good. It'll go, it's just everything's delayed a little bit. So back to the traction control. So I've ridden, you know, like the 1190 and the BMW 1200 GSA, the new water boxer. The traction control on those is amazing. You know, it's seamless. You know, you can come into a corner and get the back tire out and just let it hang out about a foot offline, and you can accelerate all the way around the corner and you feel like a hero, and it's really just the electronics doing the job. But this bike's, it's not as seamless. I've struggled with a little bit, but you know, like I say, I've spent enough time on it now. I've got it figured out. I know its limitations, and it's a good bike. I mean, you got to remember the price point is down there a ways. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that are very happy about this Africa Twin. So overall, I'll just do a little quick recap. So overall, a very comfortable bike. Sitting, standing, whatever, it's just everything's spot on. The power, it has plenty of power. I've got no issues with any of the power anywhere. You know, people compare it to the old 950s and 990s, and I gotta say that's probably accurate. You know, maybe this even feels a little bit more agile, but not as stiff, you know, so that goes on to the suspension. The suspension, a little soft for what I'm doing. I'm absolutely sure it could be remedied pretty easily. I don't think that what I'm asking for is not possible. And then we go on to this AT transmission, and right now this is totally fine, but I'm not pushing hard right here. I'm not really trying to get crazy. So, whoops. But if you're just relaxed and you're not in a hurry, you're not rushing things, it's beautiful. If you're trying to be aggressive, and you're gonna wish you had a clutch. That's just my opinion. Overall, really happy with this bike. Even for my type of riding, it's been a challenge, and it's been really fun to understand this bike. But there you have it. All right, should we do a drag race? Oh. And go to manual. All right.